I hope your day is full of slides and swings and sandboxes and monkey bars and comfort and fun childhood things. And what else is there? Crayons? I don't know. Guys, this week's episode of SHENK is a little all over the place. Why? Because I got nauseous in the middle of this week's podcast. Did I throw up? Yes, I did. Was it because I drank too much matcha? Yes, it was. But you'll find out more. No, Stephanie and I had a really wild podcast this week. We decided to do something a little different. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. For a second, I was like, should we release this episode? And then I was like, yes, keep it fun, keep it authentic, keep it different. Where else are you going to have a host that vomits? Guys, this week's episode of SHENK is brought to you by Oh Yeah Socks. Oh yeah, look down at your socks right now. What do they look like? Are they boring? Stop being a fucking boring person. Get some great socks. I have a discount code for you, Sarah10. Head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code Sarah10, SARA10 for 10% off. They got every type of sock you could ever want, from Bob Ross socks to Richard Simmons socks. Yeah, I said Richard Simmons socks. Aerobics icon, Richard Simmons. Yes, aerobics icon, Richard Simmons socks. Discount code Sarah10. Oh, yeah. In this week's episode of SHENK, Simbari is also wearing a pair of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure socks. Those are also available. Discount code Sarah10. Oh, yeah. Guys, I hope that you enjoy this week's whimsical, fantastic episode of SHENK, live from the swing set with Stephanie Simbari. If you guys aren't following her, follow her at @Simbari Instagram. Check out her podcast, That's So Retrograde. She's in the wellness space. She's a hilarious human and one of my best friends, and I'm super excited to have her on this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, leave a review. It just takes 1 second. It makes a huge difference for me, and it's how people find out about the show. Also, yes, I am wearing pigtails. I'm trying to stay youthful. Catch me on the slide with pigtails. This is 34. You know what I mean? All right, guys, without further ado, here's this week's episode of SHENK with Stephanie Simbari.
Okay, well, here we are.
Here we are. This is the third part of this podcast.
I feel like this should be the intro.
Should this be the intro
Yeah,
of the podcast?
The introduction to this podcast is Sarah and I had a journey that we went on today.
That we're still on.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened is this.
Mm-hmm.
I came over. We had a little too much fun. By that, I mean I drank a little too much energy drink.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I projectile vomited in the middle of the podcast. And then...
Things you should know, we're both on our period.
We're both on our period. We've been through a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
I have a hungry chihuahua on me.
Show him.
Things that came up in this episode are we ready to be mothers?
Are we ready to be mothers? Are we willing to trade in our happiness
and our freedom
for unconditional love?
Yeah, and the joy of having a baby.
And the joy of having a baby. I wish I could just have the baby without having the baby.
I know. I think we're going to continue to unpack this, and I don't know if we'll ever be ready.
Is anyone ever ready to be a parent?
I think it just happens when it happens, and you just deal with it.
Is that really true? It's easy to say that, but also when you're talking about such a big transformation and you're a woman, you're like, okay, wait a minute, my body's gonna fucking.
Well, that's the thing is you have to be willing to either make it happen at a certain time or let go of the notion of it happening at all. That's what we're talking about. There's a reality to face.
You just get jizzed in and act like it's normal?
Well, sometimes you can't get pregnant by getting jizzed in.
Well, I wasn't planning on talking about getting jizzed in within the first 2 minutes of the episode.
This was meant to be a clean intro.
This was going to be a clean intro, but we're two messy bitches. So what can we do?
Okay, so the second part is that you had too much hustle and you'll notice in the beginning she's sweating a lot. Oh, the context of the swing. We're on a swing in my new yard.
That's why. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we just want to give you guys some context.
Yeah.
So basically, I came over to Stephanie's new house today.
Yeah.
Which I love. And you guys are going to love it too. Especially because the swing set.
Yeah.
And we decided to do something quirky and different. That we would put on like leopard print outfits and head to the swing set and just record
just talk it out.
Just record a fun podcast. Whimsical. Great time. What happened was...
But today had other plans.
We started talking about parenthood and then I vomited.
We were taking ourselves real serious.
And then God said, enough is enough.
Ha.
I have other plans. And then I had the most visceral vomit of all times.
Yeah.
And afterward, I felt great.
Yeah. No, you're killing it now.
Now I'm killing it.
You have so much energy. I'm ready to be DONE.
Oh, well, you're getting it done, sister.
Zool. Why is it that you can't calm down?
Okay, let's talk about the slide.
Then there was a slide that we went on.
We went on a slide.
If you haven't been on a slide anytime recently as an adult, I highly recommend it.
But not just any slide. That's also a particularly incredible slide because
it's pretty like fast and fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like
it shoots you down.
Slick.
Yeah.
You're not getting like, because I got big thighs. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's easy for me to get stuck to a slide.
Mm-hmm. We don't
and
like
there's
that.
Nothing more humbling than getting stuck to a slide with fat.
If you had gotten stuck to the slide and vomited today, I would have said that things are trending down.
Yeah. But I had a great slide session.
Your slide was perfect.
I vomited, then I went down a slide. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to love this week's episode.
I guess the point is you never know what life's going to throw at you.
And also, I thought, do we release this vomiting swing set episode?
I think this episode is going to need a real tight cut. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. Here you guys.
Do we need context for anything else? No, I think that's good.
No, that's it. That's the setup.
Yeah.
Guys.
All right. Tell us what you think about this.
But also, actually, you know what we're going to do because we didn't do this?
What?
Where can people find you before we get into this week's episode?
I just got nauseous at the question.
Okay. You can follow Stephanie at Simbari on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It'll be in the description of this episode. We've had a long day. I hope you guys enjoy this week's.
Let's get Instagram. Let's invent a new platform that's not Instagram, guys.
No one has time for a new platform stuff.
Okay.
We tried with Clubhouse.
Yeah, no, that got really derailed really quickly.
No. And every time today I was accidentally in a Clubhouse meeting. That's neither here nor there.
Wait, is Clubhouse like happening? I can't handle it.
No, it gives me severe anxiety.
I can't.
Someone messaged me and was like,
join this room.
How do you feel about starting your own room?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know. Why? When I can podcast from a swing set and a slide.
I'm not into it. I can't figure it out. I feel like I'm the grandma who's denying the new technology, but I don't know.
You can't keep up with
having things all be online. Okay, Zool?
Well, yeah, I think it's interesting. We're going to go back to being more analog.
I want that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe just us.
Right.
Are we living in a different age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Chihuahua.
Adorable.
He's panicking, wants to go inside.
Okay, guys.
All right.
That's the setup for this week's episode.
We are so grateful for your love and patience.
Of SHENK, the quirkiest episode yet.
Yeah, this was unhinged.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching another episode of SHENK. Get some socks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code Sarah10.
That's Sarah10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's wearing them. She's wearing her Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure socks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Buy your loved one a pair.
Excellent.
Support the podcast.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
guys. Enjoy this week's episode of SHENK. You guys are going to love it. This is the intro before the intro. Okay, bye.
What? You're sweating so much. You drank so much caffeine.
Do you think? I think it's my hormones.
And the fact that you drank so much caffeine.
And the rabbit fur.
Ew, are you smelling in my jacket?
No, you want me to take it off, though?
I mean, as long as you're not smelling it. Just your makeup's just dripping all over.
It is?
I mean, the fur is stuck to your side of your neck and your head.
Okay.
Ew, oh my God.
Hi.
You're dressed.
Why am I sweating so much?
Oh my God.
This is the podcast, by the way.
This is happening.
We're live.
Well, I told you today was going to be a hard podcast day.
Today has been.
My rabbit fur is just congealed to your neck. That's right. It's a real rabbit fur. Let's go right in on something politically incorrect. If it's vintage fur, it's all right.
If it's vintage fur, it is all right.
I mean, it's just going to sit.
And I moved this down so I'm not sweating on it anymore. Talking to your mic, though.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It's not my first time. Hi.
Hi. So my neck is sweating. I feel a lot of judgment coming from you based on what's happening right now.
No judgment.
I can
Deep
feel.
concern.
I feel.
Yeah. Moist.
Damp.
Yeah. You're glistening.
Well, let's explain to the listeners what happened.
Okay. What happened?
So before the podcast, I decided that I was going to drink a few Hustles.
Do you guys know what Hustle is?
If you don't know what Hustle is,
it's my favorite sparkling.
And mine too.
And Sarah's favorite sparkling caffeinated beverage.
Tea drink.
Tea drink.
It's a matcha tea drink.
And I have a sponsorship with them with my podcast, That's So Retrograde. And they sent me a lot of them. And so Sarah comes over and
I came in a little hot.
Drinks.
3.
1. Boom.
2.
Boom. 3.
And now she's back, baby.
And now
she's sweating on her neck in a rabbit fur on a swing set.
No, I think your journey is amazing.
I mean, honestly, I know that you were a little bit weird about wearing this outfit to the swing set.
I'm finding comfort in it now.
But I just want you to embrace your true self. And I think this is hard. You look like a
do you guys
a Spice Girl.
Yeah,
like Paprika Spice. What was your Spice Girl name?
This is what I used to do to my hair like in middle school.
Yeah, no, I think leaning into who we are in middle school is really who we are.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like who you are well, at least for me.
No, I think that's
we
honestly
both have talked about this before. Middle school, not cool.
So hard.
Middle school is how I got funny. Do you think that?
I don't know if I got funny there or
I was tortured.
I just got like really emotionally
depleted,
wounded, and wounded others as well.
Really?
Yeah.
In middle school?
Oh my God, my middle school was so mean girls.
Really?
Oh my! When we had to have like a meeting of like the teachers.
No,
with our
you guys
moms,
were so mean,
and they were like, "We've never seen girls this mean."
Were you mean?
Well, yeah, to survive.
What do you mean? You had to adapt?
Yeah.
So you didn't become prey?
Yeah.
That's what middle school was like? Middle school was like that.
Yeah. There was a Stephanie Simbari Sucks Club.
No.
Yeah. People were not nice to me.
People were not nice to me either, this bitch.
I mean, then people really were too, obviously.
Well, yeah. But also.
Yeah.
If you have that experience, it stays with you.
It makes you feel like always kind of a loser.
Yeah.
And then every adult social situation, you feel so awkward and like unsure and fearful because there's something of trauma. Yeah, that's why you have to obviously do work to work through that. But
and put on leopard print and come to the swing set.
Don't know what I'm doing.
I was like, hey, fuck those bitches from middle school. We're thriving. You know?
I do kind of think that.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We're on a swing set in leopard print. Yeah. Where are those hoes? Married with 6 kids?
Only some of my friends have kids.
Offspring?
Yeah.
I think referring to kids as offspring's the move from now on.
Very like disassociative.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing it.
Next thing you know, you're going to be calling people who have babies breeders.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's your offspring doing?
I mean, that is what it is.
It is.
What do we think about having kids?
We were talking about this. Well, we're really happy.
I know.
I mean, let me speak for us collectively.
Yeah.
I feel like really happy with where I am in my life right now. I guess
never been better.
Like, we're obviously thriving. Look at us. Never been better. The only thing that is missing.
It's a tough day, I'm not going to lie.
You're having a tough day.
I'm having an emotional. Do you guys know about periods?
Periods.
I don't think that.
You get them in middle school and then you have them till you're about 50 and then they go away.
I didn't get mine until high school.
I got mine when I was 11.
Whoa.
It's not fucked up.
Intense.
Having your period.
Were you so scared?
So scared. I thought I was dying.
Oh.
It was so scary.
Sad.
It was so scary.
Yeah, because probably none of your friends had it.
None of my friends had it. I didn't want anyone to know that I had it. And it was like... And honestly, even still, getting your period's devastating. It doesn't get easier.
No. It doesn't.
I think, like, as an observer, okay, like, if I was just observing what's happening with my body, like, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Things are happening. Yeah. I'm moody. I'm emotional. Like, if men had to do this, they couldn't. They can't. I don't even want to do it, and I've been doing it since I'm 11.
Yeah.
So there is that ongoing reminder that your time is going because you get your period, too.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, I'm coming to a place where it's like, if I have kids, great, but if I don't have them, I'm not going to force it because I feel like whatever is supposed to be for me is going to be for me.
For me, it's like the older I get and the more real of a possibility it becomes, the more I'm like, wait, my life right now is amazing. Like, I want to have kids, of course, but at the same time, it's like, when is it a good time? Like,
but also,
it's so much responsibility.
You see how we're on the swing set right now? Like, if you have a kid, you're pushing them on the swing set.
Right. But it is really fun. Like, I love hanging out with Julia so much. Julia is my old neighbor, and she's my little friend.
I love kids.
Yeah. I see Simon, and he's so tired. And I'm just like, raising a kid is so tiring.
It's so tiring. But this is what I think.
Okay.
And this is what I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around. Like, right now I'm happy. No kids.
Right.
How am I gonna feel when I'm 60, no kids?
No, I know. That's the thing is, and this is part of, remember I was doing stand-up for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this, and I still want to. It's like, just so shitty as a woman. It's like you hit your fucking baby making years and you're also hitting your most thriving years as a human, and you have to like interrupt the programming of you figuring out how to be you to like bring new life. Otherwise you miss your window and then you're sad and 48. And it's like, but you make peace with that, obviously. Like, people do it and they make peace with it, and it's fine. It's not to say that everyone wants to have a kid, but it's like you have to be real that if you want to, there is a certain biological limitation of time.
Yeah.
So you have to think about that when you get into your 30s.
And then
some people will be like, I had my kid at 46. And I'm like, that's amazing, but that's also a miracle. And you can't bank on that.
No, you can't. And it's actually kind of annoying.
Well, yeah,
I'm just finding my fucking flow.
Yeah.
I'm just like now comfortable that I can live as an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm still unsure. I mean, I'm on a swing set.
I mean, it's Monday. We ate mushrooms and smoked weed and are now in robes and furs, swinging, doing a podcast. Like,
if we had kids,
are we capable of being mothers? How many mushrooms are okay to take when you have a small child?
Microdose.
A microdose. Yeah.
Bring out the pastels, honey. Let's go for it. You know, do you want to do some sparkle art? Like,
that's it.
Like, maybe just one. Maybe just a one kid situation.
Okay, the best case scenario is you and all your friends have kids at the same time. And you have a little commune of babies. Right?
Right. And a babysitter.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you don't probably want a babysitter if they're your kids because you love them. But sometimes if you want to run errands.
I do notice that a lot of people who have kids like never leave them and like never have babysitters. And I can imagine it being like a really hard thing to just like allow. I mean, I was a babysitter and it was always cool, but like it wasn't like I was really doing anything to keep those kids like fucking safe. In fact, a lot of times I would be very high.
Yeah, it's part of the prerequisite.
Yeah.
The higher you are, the better babysitter you are. No.
One time I was babysitting for kids in Pennsylvania where I went to college.
Okay.
And there was like this row of houses that was like where the rich people in the city of Allentown lived.
Okay.
And I went to go babysit at this really big, beautiful house. And this is when I was still smoking cigarettes. And I went outside to smoke a cigarette. And the kids were like upstairs sleeping, like it was later. And I locked myself out of the house, and the parents got home, and I was just sitting outside the house locked out.
No.
Yeah.
Were they mad?
The dad was so fucking pissed. The mom was cool, but the dad was so fucking pissed.
A mad dad?
Yeah, because it was so scary, too.
But, like, a mad dad is so scary.
So, like, a strange man yelling at you.
What was he saying?
He was just, like, really pissed that, like, what if something happened to the kids when I was locked outside.
So but you didn't have any way of contacting them because you were locked outside.
Yeah. I just had to wait for them to come home.
I'm sweating.
I know.
I'm taking off the fur.
Yeah.
I'm taking off the fur, but the show's still happening. Wow.
Anyway, whatever, stupid story. But
babysitting,
it's a big responsibility. I think about having kids. I think about the fact that like you can't let it like out of your fucking sight.
Well, yeah, that's how I feel about the dog.
I know.
And that's a dog.
I know. I think I need to do some like emotional work on like letting go.
Are you feeling like you're holding on too tight?
To a lot of things, but also that like, oh my God, like having a child, letting it out of your sight, like all that stuff, that's going to take like the most intense amount of like non-attachment love.
I know, because I remember I did this yoga class where we talked about attachment all the time. And the instructor would always be like, I'm working on my attachments. Like, I have an issue with being attached to my kids, and I'm trying to move past that because blah, 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 blah.
It's probably like hindering.
I just got so nauseous.
You did? Do you want to stop podcasting? You do? Okay. Are you gonna... Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no.
Are you kidding?
Oh my God. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What am I even barfing?
This is being filmed.
I don't know about you, but every once in a while, I have anxiety. Maybe it's because we've been in hibernation for the last year, and now we're slowly becoming social beings again, which is its own uphill battle. But whenever I get anxious, I reach for one thing and one thing only, and that's Sunday Scaries. Look at them. First of all, best name ever, Sunday Scaries, which is in reference to the feeling that you get on Sunday right before Monday. I know I feel that way, and I don't even have a regular job. So what I'm saying is, guys, it's time to CBD your life. If you're not someone who's using CBD regularly, you should start to be, because it's a natural plant remedy to anxiety, to insomnia. Plus, they make really, really fun products. Look at this. Vegan gumdrops, which, okay, first you hear the word vegan, you're like, I don't know. If you're not vegan, if you are vegan, you're probably on board. But if you're not vegan, you're like, I don't know. I think I'll just have the regular gummies. But I ate the vegan gummies in literally a day and a half because they tasted that good. They're like sour gumdrops. They have B12 and D3 in them, so that's great for your immune system and your energy levels. If you're someone who's not vegan and you aren't into vegan stuff, regular gummies. These ones are little bears. They're just as good as the vegan ones. The vegan ones are sour and these ones are regular. Yeah, these just help take the edge off, make life a little less scary. Also, they make CBD bath bombs. They're called Tub Cubs. How cute are these? After a long day, you drop this in the bath and just slide into the tub, put your feet up, and just relax. When I vomited on this week's episode of SHENK, as soon as I was done, I reached for one thing and one thing only, and that's Sunday Scaries tincture. Head to sundayscaries.com, sundayscaries.com, discount code SHENK, SHENK, for 25% off. 25% off CBD. I don't know where else you could get 25% off CBD. You're welcome. This is a great way to get into the CBD world. If you're not someone who takes it regularly and you suffer from anxiety or insomnia, or just, you're feeling a little bit anxious with the world reopening, go to sundayscaries.com, 25% off, SHENK. Tell your friends about it. It's a great way to support the show. And all right, guys, now back to this week's episode of SHENK with Stephanie Simbari.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay. Are we okay? Okay, here.
All right, so what have we learned?
Okay, so what just happened?
Oh my God.
Why is it so funny?
The sound of
I
your
was
vomit.
on the swing set with you. We were talking about attachments, parent relationships.
We were getting really serious.
We were getting really serious. Too serious. And God punished me.
Back and forth.
After I had too much caffeine.
Uh-huh.
And then I just projectile vomited everywhere.
That was so funny.
It was like a demonic vomit, too.
Dude, you vomited like 3 different times, and it was, I mean, we all heard it.
Yeah. Should I leave that in?
Yeah.
Did I leave in the? It was like a generational vomit. It was like a generate. You know when you're like,
you just purge like an ayahuasca moment.
Yeah, what I would imagine an ayahuasca moment to be.
Yeah,
all my demons left, and then I felt great.
Yeah,
and then I was like, let's go record, and you're like, are you okay? You and Jason were like, okay, are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah. I just rinsed the vomit off my sunglasses, and now I'm. Couldn't be better. Where are you going? To rinse the vomit off my sunglasses real quick.
Oh my God, you threw up on your glasses.
Yeah, but don't worry, the fur was untouched.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
If I should have known from your sweating that something was about to happen, because you aren't sweating anymore. Your body was rejecting
the hustle. But it's not the hustle's fault.
No, the hustle is meant to be drank once at a time.
Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle. All right. Well, I vomited so hard that my voice box
hustle as like an ad.
Yeah.
Hustle responsibly.
Yeah, hustle responsibly. I hustled irresponsibly, but that was on me.
Yeah, you did.
And now I feel great.
Perfect. That was wonderful. Thank you for the laugh. I really needed it.
You really.
I was
crushing
so
with a vomit,
Dude,
and I'm
crushing.
like, do you think that if I did that on stage, it would also have this? Do you know what a nightmare that would be?
No, that would be horrible.
That would be a nightmare.
That would be like a living.
I don't
trauma.
want to put that out there.
No, you never want that to happen. That's
if that happens,
top 10 worst nightmares for anyone.
I mean, that is a rare thing for me. Have you seen me vomit before?
No, and I've seen you take a lot of things into your body.
Yeah. Have you seen me projectile vomit like that?
Never. That was intense. It was bright green. It was lime green.
I know, but I'm like, what did I have that was green?
Hustle.
Oh!
So dumb. It's like matcha.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I was like, while I was vomiting, I'm like, I didn't have anything green. Well, because I felt disconnected from the matcha experience because it was in a can. So it was like, in my mind, it wasn't registering that I was drinking lots of tea.
No, you were drinking so much tea. It's not like sparkling water.
I know.
It's matcha.
I know. I forgot.
Yeah. We know.
Where's the tape? I'm like, do I leave the vomit sound in the episode?
I think you have to. I'm
upset because I truthfully thought that the star of this episode was going to be the swing set, the leopard robes, and then God gave us a gift.
Yeah, when you have plans, God laughs. Or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded good. Is that on a bumper sticker?
Yeah, I've heard that before. Make plans and God laughs.
That's what you think, LOL.
For a reason to vomit.
Let's keep it entertaining. They're getting a little too serious. They're talking about attachments as parents.
Let's talk about these huge sleeves that
they're not in the way.
To make a T with a swooping curtain of a sleeve.
How do you think Stevie Nicks does
wash a dish? I guess this is just a sitting podcasting robe. This isn't like a functional live your life robe. Categories of robes.
I think that like
look at this. I have to drape this on the table.
But don't you feel like? But don't you kind of love that about it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I definitely
dramatic.
Had a moment. Yeah.
The theatrics of it.
So dramatic. But it's also just like I don't know. It's not where I am right now in my life to have this robe.
I'm obsessed with this robe.
I think I want to get the sleeves.
I think that the sleeves make the robe. Okay. I think if you were to cut off the robe sleeves,
not cut them off.
No, they're supposed to flow.
But just make them open.
This is like some goddess shit. Right. You embrace your wings, sister. Right. You gotta be like, hello.
But wouldn't it be cool if the wing had like a hand hole in it? So it could just be like more like dealt with.
I think we can get into more like flowing arm clothes.
Okay.
In this point of our life. I feel like lean into it.
Definitely not able to be a mother if I can't even handle a flowing sleeve.
A flowing sleeve. Yeah.
The drama.
Sorry, I would breastfeed, but my sleeve is in the way. Or changing a diaper with that type of sleeve.
It's just covered in shit.
It's like spit up.
Yeah. This is not a mother's robe.
Well, I don't think this is a mother's jacket.
Right. I guess I'm just not really there right now. Right yet.
I mean, look at us. Two capable women.
Yeah, very capable.
Having the time of our lives. Yeah. Vomiting on a Monday. I'm vomiting.
Sarah, what you just did was wonderful.
I couldn't have written it better myself.
No, that was incredible. That was some like divine comedic energy that we needed. I was crying, laughing. I'm sorry to laugh at your pain.
If you've projectile vomited,
I would be dying.
I think.
Yeah.
Or at least like a heavy chuckle.
Yeah.
A hearty.
Well, once I realized you were okay, then the spirit
I knew I was okay the whole time. I just was like, in my head, while we're having the most intense conversation about parental attachments and how we, whatever, right? Yeah. As we're having that conversation, I'm thinking, don't vomit. Mm-hmm. Don't vomit.
You were feeling it for a while?
I was feeling it for at least 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's why I was quick with it.
Yeah, well, you were like...
Yeah.
It came up. You were trying to put it down.
I was trying to put it down. Mm. Well, I wasn't planning on making this a vomit episode.
It's kind of an interesting metaphor to what we were saying earlier, which is you can't try to suppress something that needs to come out.
That's a good point. That's true.
Like you can't make yourself nauseous and unneed to vomit.
Right. And you can't make yourself feel a way that you don't feel. Exactly. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Feelings are the same as like a physical thing, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think that women think that. And I feel like men might not. Mm. Or maybe that's just not, maybe evolved men do. Is that an interesting generalization I just made?
I think that men have feelings, but they might, like, I find myself really sticking in them for like a long time.
Oh yeah, I live there.
Yeah. And I don't think that's where they live.
No.
They live in their minds.
That's so lucky. Living in your emotions.
But it's literally like the getting to I do thing. About like how you want to be heard and seen. Like to be in your feminine is to be listened to how you feel, and to be in your feminine and to be in your masculine is to be listened to for how you think. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Totally.
People always feel embarrassed to say that the book helped me because of the title.
Well, yeah, Getting to I Do is not the best title for a book.
It just feels like so like embarrassing and
archaic.
Yeah.
Getting to I Do, is this 1952?
Mm-hmm. No, it's like 1982.
Yeah, and some of the references in the book.
Like with that book, I'm like, okay, you don't live in a world where text messaging is a thing. Like,
how do we explain the book?
We have to
we can't just go into a segue about the book without explaining the book. But as someone who vomited earlier,
we don't have to talk about this today if it's too much.
I don't even have it in me.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, so there's this book called Getting to I Do.
Yeah.
That a lot of women read.
Dr. Pat Allen.
We've
talked about it, I think, on this show before, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure I've talked about it
I've talked about it, too. Separately.
I've talked about it with, like, Chelsea Skidmore before in podcasts. I talk about it a few times.
Yeah, I talked about it on the retrograde.
And so the concept is that men think and women feel.
No.
It is more to it than that.
It's not really that, but basically that like there's two different energies that can exist in a relationship. One is masculine.
Okay, thank you. That's what it is.
It doesn't necessarily mean gendered. It just means like receptive and
giving.
Whatever male would be, which is like
giving.
Initiatory, basically. Yeah.
Action based, giving.
Thought, where a female would be receptive and like
feeling based. Where men are like action oriented and thought brain based, which makes sense because when you think about men and women,
but it can be non-gendered energetics because
because you can,
we are all coming from both always because we're half our mom, half our dad.
Totally. And I think the best way to be is in the middle of both masculine and feminine energies.
Yeah,
which is representative of the peace sign.
That's a yin yang.
I mean yin yang. I vomited. I mixed up peace signs and yin yangs. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's the balance of
light and dark, of masculine and feminine,
and also of like
everything,
sitting and waiting and taking action.
Totally.
But
I'm actually kind of pissed that the yin yang is hot right now.
I love it. I've loved it since
I've loved it. Same, because I've loved it for so long.
Yeah, same.
But I'm like, do I want a yin yang tattoo?
I think about that all the time.
A yin yang tattoo?
Yeah. We should get them.
A yin yang and a moon.
Yeah. We should get a moon that's a yin yang.
A moon yin yang? Interesting.
So it's like shadowy and cool.
If you're out
but
there
with the line and the hole.
you can draw, send it over.
Yeah, I really want that.
A moon yin yang.
Mm-hmm.
We need that.
With some of the stuff that I study with Cliff, the guy that I do like the physical therapy / like metaphysical stuff with.
Yeah.
He has a really good metaphor with the yin yang, just about like, he said, most people think that you have to lie on one side or the other, but the real enlightenment path is in the gray. Middle.
I love that.
Yeah,
and that makes so much sense.
Balance for both.
I just love it too because it's like black and white, which I like too. I just love it. I love the way it looks.
Inside, outside?
Yeah.
And the concept is really nice to think about too.
Yeah, the concept is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and like concept. Lightness and darkness. Yeah. I like that too because I think that like sometimes we get stuck in such dark periods of time, like 2020, and then you forget that there is lightness that comes after.
Yeah.
And it's like the total balance.
Yeah.
It's also like the two extremes of like, for a while I was viewing my world as being like I was lacking things. And I feel like that's a societal thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people suffer from that.
Where you feel like you don't have enough. You don't have enough. You don't have enough. So you drink 3 matcha hustles, right?
Check your ass. You better work. No, you better slow down.
Right. And it's like, okay, but like there is a balance. Like if you live in a world where you think that there's lack, I don't know why I got on the subject of this.
No, I love that.
I'm just trying to shift the framework of like, oh, I don't have enough to like, I have more than enough. And it's just interesting how our thought patterns can obviously dictate our reality.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about that and feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel that the way to start shifting out of the not having enough is to observe in gratitude everything that's around you all the time.
Totally.
And to the things that you don't like that you see, then you change those things.
And change the way you're thinking about those things.
Stop making things into obstacles, start finding solutions.
Right. And then more doors are going to open versus if you're like, I don't know what, like, do you think I wanted to vomit on this podcast today?
Honey, she didn't have a choice.
Honey, I did not have a choice. And now look at this. I'm prospering. I'm on a swing in a rabbit fur. Yeah, I vomited. So what?
You gotta move through life's challenges, baby.
And that's a perfect example. Yeah. I could be like, I vomited, live in my pain. Or I could be like, I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm no longer nauseous.
Yeah. I'm a little nauseous now.
No. No.
But not pukey, but just like mushy a little.
Okay.
I'm just telling the audience where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, do you want to stop swinging?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the swing was a great idea at first.
It's also going to be like such a sound in the back of the recording.
Just like, it's just like also like, it's nauseating watching. It's just like,
I feel like it's actually probably soothing to watch.
I actually feel soothed.
I do too.
Is this the closest we could get to being back in the womb besides like a sensory deprivation tank?
Yeah. Like it's like a weightlessness thing.
Yeah. It's like a hammock.
Oh, yeah.
This is...
I love a hammock.
I love this swing set.
I know.
Let's explain where the swing set came from, because our listeners don't know. They're like, "Where the fuck are?" They're like in a field.
We didn't even give that explanation.
We didn't because
context.
We started talking about really intense shit.
What the fuck?
And then I vomited.
I think we were just taking ourselves too seriously. I don't know. I was feeling a lot of pressure, you know, because of the day that I've had.
You've had a long day.
Yeah, and so I was like really in my head. And and you were like really fucked up on hustle. So we're like trying to find our middle, but it was just like, let's go in on the deepest, darkest
shit we can.
To some degree.
And
maybe
then,
not.
And then God was like,
God was like, you guys need
God
to shut
spoke through me. The Holy Spirit moved through me.
Yeah. Lighten up.
What happened to your finger?
I don't know.
I feel like I have to address it because the tape is the Band-Aids. It's loud. It's blue. I think people at home might want to know. I'm like, we got to talk about what's going on.
I don't know. I was cooking dinner and I just sliced my finger and I don't know on what.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
A real stoned housewife.
Yeah, that's right. It was like, I was like, well, and then all of a sudden I was like bleeding and everything had blood on it. And I was like,
well, okay. So we're on a swing set.
Oh, yeah.
In your new house.
This is my new house. This is my yard. This is so crazy.
This is your yard.
This is my yard. Like, well, I'm renting it.
I
don't own it.
still.
But it's pretty fucking dope.
Full playground.
Yeah. It's not normal.
Not a single child.
I know.
And we love it.
Well, we went down the slide.
We went down the slide.
Yeah.
Maybe we should video ourselves going down the slide.
I feel like that's a great idea.
We stopped the podcast just to video ourselves on the...
No, we should.
Yeah.
You think we should just move it right now?
Onto the slide?
No, like, should we wrap up the podcast so we can get us on the slide while there's still light? How long have we been podcasting for? Is this even an episode?
It's going to have to be. You know what I mean? This is definitely an episode, sister.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about life, love, happiness, relationships, yin-yangs, tattoos, moons. What aren't we fucking talking about? You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, I really love what the eccentric hair you're bringing to the table today. Let's give our listeners a backstory. I showed up in this.
Yeah. You came to party.
I came to party.
Yeah,
I've been in this outfit, frankly, since last night.
I love it. It's great. It's really great.
If anything happens to me, I would like to be buried in it.
And then you encouraged me to dress as well.
Yeah, I was like, please. I want it to look like we're in a band on a swing set.
Wait, Jason came up with a funny band name for girls last night.
What is it?
Wait, bruh. Fuck. I forgot.
Well, if you remember.
God damn it.
If you remember.
Broadband?
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Broadband.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that too. So we're swinging again.
The swinging is getting to be a lot for me.
I
feel like I'm at sea. I'm like, is everything okay?
I don't know. Guys, how are you feeling out there?
What if they respond?
Let's see. Let's ask them.
Well,
I feel like they're feeling that they like hanging out with us.
Why wouldn't they?
We're chill energy.
When we're not, when I'm not busy.
If you're okay, you're probably gonna get a bunch of care packages because of your nausea.
Yeah, send me. What do you take for that?
More weed. Send her more Hustle since she. No, can you send me more since she drank all of mine?
Hustle, if you're out there listening.
No, I think people just love you, guys. Oh, also. Thank you so much for your submissions to the Sara dating endeavor.
How's it going?
This is what I should have opened with. I'm so sorry. I'm just in a hole today, but this is really important stuff.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You guys are so sweet and in love with SHENK. It meant the world to her.
Jeez.
I mean, most of you are completely ill-equipped to date her, but I love the effort.
My favorite, though, was the one guy who was like, I'm in college.
Drinks too much, might drink too much.
Sort of tall.
Sort of tall. We love that
He said he might drink too much, but he's sort of tall. Yeah. And he's like, at least he's self-aware.
I love it. No, there were so many great guys who just like worship you. So you guys have really good taste, but we're gonna keep looking. That's what I've gleaned from the first round.
Okay.
Well, yeah, for the most part, right?
Yeah, a few people.
There's a few eligible bachelors, of course, and if you're one of the lucky ones, we salute you. We honor you.
You've moved on to the next round.
You've moved on to the next round, and keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then I just vomit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
She's a good
I'm a real prize.
Good time call.
It's just like, honestly, the vomiting noise.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
So funny. Yeah.
I was like, oh no, is she getting sick? If we both vomited on the swing set.
I'm not sure if that would mean we were doing something like really right or really wrong.
It would just be like God having his way with us.
Right. The universe does feel like it's thrashing me around a little bit.
Today?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we've seen some shit, I think. Listen, not every episode's going to be prim and proper. This is an indie podcast.
Yeah, this is wild.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what makes it fun, though.
I love it.
It's like I show up with my soccer bag of equipment. Mm-hmm. And when I say soccer bag of equipment, I mean, we're talking a Diodora. Mm-hmm. Is that the brand? Yeah, Diodora. Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
A soccer bag from the 90s.
A Diodora? Is that just like a brand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Picture a big sloppy bag that I've had since the 90s, and inside of it, all my podcast equipment.
Mm-hmm. Because I love it.
And
You're a traveling troubadour.
I'm a traveling troubadour.
Yeah. You're a theater kid.
You're a theater kid too.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God. I feel like every day in college I was just dragging bags of props and clothes around. Like LOL.
Being a theater kid was like, so fun.
It's so fun.
It's like
it's so silly.
It's so silly. Like what other podcasters are two people, two bitches, two hot babes on a swing in leopard vomiting.
Yeah. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
You're not going to get it.
Let's go down the slide.
Yeah, let's go down the slide.
Okay. Oh, my sleeves. So dorky.
Yeah. That felt right.